Like
Yeah.
they appreciated me being a choir director. They appreciated who I was and what I represented. I wasn't being judged. I wasn't being called names. I can go there and be myself and act the way that I wanted to act. So that was my safe haven. And a lot of times people need a safe haven that they can run to, and church was mine.
Definitely. I work with young people as a social worker too. And definitely when I talk to them about what are their protective factors, typically it's usually church, school, it's hardly ever home. So I wanted to uplift that. From our communities, we definitely need spaces where young people can feel safe. Speaking about your community, in the book, you talked a lot about ways that you give back and how that kind of started when you were younger, also starting in the church. You were the young person who introduced the fashion show fundraisers in your church. You started like the Feed the Kids services.
Yes.
How important is giving back to you and keeping your community at the forefront? And what are some ways that you continue to give back to New Orleans and other places that feel like home for you?
Well, giving back is just very important because we all need a helping hand, in our lives, no matter what profession we in or no matter what we do, we all still need a helping hand. And giving back, is just, when I was growing up young, I was just saying that, God's going to keep on blessing us if we continue to give back and if we continue to help other people in the community. So I wanted to start to Feed the Hungry. I wanted to start the big fashion show to raise money to help the less fortunate. And my godmother and all the ladies of the church, they were just blown away that this young kid wanted to help, the people of the community. So they were down for it. They had my back. Anything that I wanted to do to help other people, they had my back. So, it's very important just to have kind of a support system when you are giving back as well. And for me, still giving back, still bringing love and light to the world, and still, dealing with organizations here in New Orleans that I work with, No Kid Hunger, and my own organization, Bounce Up, that help, still feed the hungry, still do all of these things that I've been doing since I was a kid. So, it's just very important to me. Each chance that I get, I'm always giving back to somebody. I'm always helping a family member. I'm always helping a friend. Always helping somebody that's stuck somewhere, So my give back is always giving back for sure.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps our good karma flowing. That's what, like you said, keeps us in good graces. Definitely giving back is super important. Speaking about the memoir in general, so I know sometimes when I speak to like other writers, it took them a while to decide whether or not to like write a memoir. So what sparked the idea for you? Like, what was the moment that maybe clicked that was like, oh, I need to write about my life. Like, I got a story to tell. Like, what like gave you the permission and allowed you to write this memoir and tell your story?
Well, I got the opportunity. First of all, I was presented with the opportunity to want to write the book. And I slept on it a few days. I did a little tossing and turning with it, and I decided that I was going to do it. And when I decided, I said that when I write this memoir, I'm going to give it its truth, and I'm going to take people to this emotional roller coaster of my life, where I started from a kid to currently to adult, from my musical background to my family, to my friends, to my experiences in music, to the music that I love and listen to growing up, to the relationship I had with my mama, and also the passing of my mama. I wanted to give a lot of different variations in this book, and so when I started to write it, I had about 3 months window to write it if I wanted it out at a certain time. And so I was hustling. I was riding around, reliving those moments, going back in different neighborhoods, thinking about the stories that happened in me growing up, and lots of talking and lots of recording and lots of writing ideas down. And, it was fun. It was not this book that I wanted to be all about, like things were peaches and cream. I wanted things to people to see every step that I went through and some of the adversities that I faced, some of the people that I lost, some of the people that I gained, some of the changes that happened throughout my career and my relationship. Me and my lover and my experiences with boys. Like, it tells a lot. It's really, really a juicy story, and
it is.
I just hope that's inspirational for some young gay boy that's out there still trying to find his way, or some mom who don't have a great relationship with her son because she just don't understand yet, or someone who's in the music field trying to start their musical career. Hopefully the book is inspirational to people, and that they can step in a way that may can help them in their everyday life situations.
Yes, and it's absolutely inspirational. You brought up your mom, and of course, my condolences and well wishes to you.
Thank you.
And also, like, writing memoirs can be therapeutic. I wanted to ask you, so oftentimes when writing memoirs or retelling a story, it's sometimes soothing, but it also brings up different memories for you. Was writing this memoir, would you say it was therapeutic? And during the writing process, what are some, I guess, specific themes that kept coming up for you, or stories that kept coming up for you?
I think it was definitely therapeutic. It gave me a chance to kind of relook at my life and enjoy those good times that I had, bring up a lot of good memories, even some sad ones. It gave me an opportunity to glance back over my life and to actually put it down on paper. And, some of the stories that just kept popping up was all of the growing up, with my mom, my family, the cooking, the fun times, the laughter, the moments we lost people, just all the things that she instilled in me. Those were the things that kept popping up the most. And then just the musical journey of, from going from gospel music to bounce music, and that transition and how hard that was. And, so, being able to look back at all of those adversities and things that I had to triumph over, it felt really good and it felt therapeutic because, like, I look back and say, damn, I made it through all that. I could make it through anything.
Thank you. Just coming off of that question, is there any, so, sometimes when we're like recalling things that happened in our lives, and I know I journal a lot. I haven't wrote a memoir, but I journal from time to time. And sometimes I'm even writing it, even though no one's going to read it besides myself, I'm still like sometimes hesitant to write the thing down. So I guess my question is, when writing the book, was there any specific story that you were like, oh, maybe not. Do I want to put this in? Should I not? Without giving too much of it away, because we do want them to buy the book.
The relationship with my stepdad was very personal and embarrassing, and so that I was just like on the fence about that. I was on the fence about the relationship I had with one of my gay daughters and what happened and what messed up our relationship. There were many things that I was on the fence about, but I was just like, well, girl, if you're going to tell it, you might as well tell it all, or, give enough out there for people to understand, what happened and why this
right.
way and why it turned that way. So, there was many things, though, that I was just like, oh, shit, I got to, finish telling this now. And I disconnected to that. Yeah, but once I started, I was just like, gotta give it to the people.
Absolutely.
Juicy.
It was definitely juicy. And, I was reading it and I listened to a lot of your music, but I wasn't familiar with your story. So I love that it gave me some insight into who you are as a person, as an artist. And I definitely feel like I feel like so connected to you. Even in this interview, I'm like, I feel like I know her.
That's what everybody been saying all
right.
every interview I've done.
You did not waste any corner. You was like, I'm gonna give it to the folks, raw and uncut, and it was amazing. I love the book.
Thank you.
Yeah. So performing. What's your favorite song to perform? I know I talked about earlier seeing you a few years ago when I was in college, but hopefully when you get to perform again when the Rona is finished, what's your favorite song to perform for the people?
Right now, my favorite song has been Chasing Rainbows because it also relates to the book. And I grew up and how I had to fight to be who I am and what I went through and losing my idol, which was my mom. And so it kind of, Chasing Rainbows is, about chasing my dreams and all of the things that I had to go through to chase my dreams, the people that I lost, you know. That's been one of my favorite songs. But honestly, I like to perform. So when I get down, one song just ain't gonna do it. I got to, even if I'm booked to do one song, you
gotta give a show.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody won't see no damn one song. I'll be like, how you book somebody for one song? If the people wants to see a little, they want to feel more than that little 3 minutes,
Right. And we came to twerk a little something. So you gotta give them more than one song. So you have a lot of, besides your paperback release, which came out December 1st, so it's in stores now. Please, folks, support her book and buy it. Christmas is 3 weeks away. You are releasing a new Christmas album.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so what's your, talk to us about the Christmas album. What was the inspiration behind the new one? Because you do have other Christmas albums. And then what's your favorite part of the holidays?
Well, my favorite part of the holidays is Christmas. It's a great time. You bring family and friends together. You eat lots of good food, drink lots of good liquor, and you open presents and you show love to each other. So that's one of my favorite times of the year. This Christmas project, though, is so dope. It's not like the other ones that I have previously done. This one, I have went even harder with the sound and with of the music and the rapping. Like, I have really done a hard Christmas album. You're gonna be really shocked when you hear it. You're gonna be like, she was not lying. She came hard.
I can't wait.
I'm excited about this Christmas album because it's something funky and fresh, and it's going to give people something new to enjoy with their families and loved ones during the holidays. Just want to bring some more love and light and joy into the people's homes. And I put a lot of work into it, though, and I hope that, people enjoy it.
Yeah, I know folks will enjoy it. And yes, we do need some more light. This year has been super hard for so many of us.
Everything better be big, better be new, better be red bottom shoe. Okay?
Yes, I love it. And
I'm
December 11th,
right,
is the Christmas album.
Yes, I'm smoking with Santa. I'm being a little nutcracker. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
I can't wait. This sounds so good. I'm gonna be ready on Spotify. I'm ready to stream it.
It's gonna be on everything, on all musical platforms, of course.
Right.
And it drops on December the 11th. Also shot a video for one of the songs this week. Better be. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be hot.
Nice. I'm excited. I love Christmas. So any anthems, I'm ready for. And I get to shake some booty, I'm ready. So let's do it. So thinking about bringing it back to the book, bringing it full circle, afterthought. So a lot of people, when they write their memoirs, there's a certain feeling that they hope the readers will leave with, certain messages and takeaways that they hope readers will leave with from reading the book. What was your greatest takeaway when writing the book? And also, what is the greatest takeaway you would like for folks to leave with when reading the book?
I think my greatest takeaway was just being able to go through all of the mentions of all of the stories and finding that there is still hope and there is still, a chance for me to continue to grow and continue to, be successful and continue to flourish with everything that I'm doing and continue to work and grind. Like, I just took away that the grind still don't stop. After writing this book, it gets even harder now. But when I write the next book, it's even more juicier than the first book. And, for me, I kind of went over it already. What I just hope that the readers take that the book is really inspirational and that some story out the book can help somebody through their everyday life situation and trying to help figure out what can they do differently to help them in their life. And, I just, hope that it helps, and a lot of people tell me I have been an inspiration. I help them to come out to their family. I help them in their mom relationship become better after watching my TV show. So just inspiration to keep on helping bring people together and bring people to be themselves and live in their truth.
Amen. Living in your truth. Living in your truth, I always say, is one of the most probably liberating feelings you'll ever have, because you only get one life, you only get yourself, and you can't please nobody else but yourself.
For real. And
that's all we can do.
You can't go out and love people if you don't love yourself.
Absolutely. I agree so much. So since we're talking about inspiration, what inspires us, we're a few days from a new year. Thank God. Are you setting New Year goals? I haven't heard nobody set any goals for 2021. Folks are scared.
Scared. So, my goal is really to honestly just continue to push, to continue to pray and push, and to get over to. Yes, that's the two P's is always my.
I love that.
Pray and push, and to really just get over 2020, because 2020 I've lost people that I love, and it has been a tough year for everybody, and I just want to see the world just get lifted up and let us have some light and a new vision to just change everything and change what's going on in the time that we're living in. That's my New Year's resolution, to see the world get, a little this burden lifted off of our shoulders.
I cannot agree more. Before I wrap up my questions, I want to give some space and time for folks in the live to ask some questions. We have a few already, so I'm gonna start filtering them for you. Okay. The first one comes from Stevie Nunez. I hope I'm saying that right. And they're asking, Big Freedia, where's your church home? If you want to tell the folks.
My church home is called Pressing Onward Baptist Church, but my church home is just the building. The church is inside of you, and I'm the church home, and the church is in my heart.
Yes. My mom has been saying that to me ever since I was a baby. She's like, you can go to the building, but if you don't got God in your heart, it don't make no sense you go to the building.
Yes, that's right. That's just the building. The people.
Right. We have two folks who are asking, will Big Freedia do an audio book? So will it be converted to audio?
Probably so. A lot of people have been asking that, but probably so.
Cool. Okay, that's exciting. And our last question is coming from Shiloh Roscoe, and they're asking, what was your favorite part of your childhood?
The favorite part of my childhood is just being a kid. I was able to be a kid, and have fun and learn stuff and learn how to be a kid. Play jacks, riding bikes, skating in the neighborhood. Those were the fun times, just being able to grow up and be a kid. Lots of times now our kids they don't have safe places in their own communities to go without maybe not being shot or, something happening to them. So back then we just had a more safer place to be a kid. And I think that was just, being a kid and having fun and growing up and figuring stuff out. That was the best part of my childhood, trying to figure shit out.
Child, me too. Sometimes I still feel like I'm a child, but that's for other news.
We always have a little kid in us,
right? Yes.
We all still go back to something that reminds us of our childhood that we did as a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's a Monique, the comedian, she always says we have to always make sure we we're restoring the little kid in us. So that definitely echoes. We have one last question from the folks in the live, and someone asks, oh, there's two questions. The one person's asking, when is your show coming back? And then another person asks, with all your new ventures, have you thought about a fashion line?
Of course, I talk. First question, no, the show is not coming back. You know, we tried.
Right.
On to the next. Number one show on the network, still number one on the network. Those people, I'm over with that.
Right.
On to the next. Bigger and better things happening in my career. And absolutely. Yes, I am definitely, I have all kind of things that I want to work on. I have my cookbook coming out. I want to do fashion. I have my pot line and my restaurant happening. I do have a lot that I'm working on. And you can definitely go to bigfreedia.com. I have merch on there already.
Yes, that was going to be, see, you took the question right out of my mouth. I was about to say, so how can the people follow Freedia? How can they support Freedia? What socials are you on?
BigFreedia.com has everything that you need on there. It has my touring. It has my store. It has all of my information, my newsletter, everything that I'm kind of doing. You can keep up with me there. But I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. I'm everywhere, child. Just Google a girl, okay?
Yes, absolutely. Google is free, y'all. You mentioned the cookbook. I'm gonna ask about the cookbook real quick. I've only been to New Orleans one time, and I need to go back because
you still do. And hopefully, I'm still doing my garden cookout at the Botanical Gardens, and people get to come out and sit there and enjoy my food. I also do a food demonstration of what I cook for that night. And we have a great time. We sit there and drink all type of liquor. I have some of the liquor sponsors, so we're drinking liquor all night. We're eating good food. We're talking legit. We're listening to music. We're twerking. We have twerk breaks in my little cooking show, and the cookbook is definitely on the way. Great recipes. You got to try my bent over biscuit Benedict.
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite thing to cook? Like, what's
that's hard too because I like to cook a lot of stuff. But if I had to choose one thing, it would probably be my mom's Mama V's cornbread dressing. And when I tell you, the people love the cornbread dressing, but I'm a fool with a lot of different stuff. My booty popper potatoes, my twerker main. You know, my turkey necks. I can cook just about anything. My gumbo, my red beans and rice, my cornbread and collard greens. You heard me?
Yes, I'm getting hungry just
yes.
listening to this.
I'm going to eat right after we get off this live, girl.
Right. Yes, so next time I go back to New Orleans, which y'all should all visit, I definitely plan to visit your spot and fellowship with y'all. It sounds like so much fun. And
yeah, and hopefully Frida's will be open next year. Summer of next year, I'm pushing for Frida's to be open, which will be the name of my restaurant hotel.
Nice.
And so
we love to see it. We love to see it. Okay. Thank you again so much for your time and for doing this interview with me with Cafe con Libros. Please, for folks who are looking to buy the book and purchase the book and support Freedia's work, please support Freedia's work. You will not regret buying this book and reading it. It is so fulfilling. Support indie bookstores. You can order from Cafe con Libros. We're community-based bookstore. Just, support local businesses, really important in this specific time of COVID-19 and all the things going on. Are there any last things you want to share with the people, Freedia?
I just want to say thank you, everybody that's in this live. We truly appreciate you guys. Much, much love from me, the Queen Diva, Big Freedia, your best believer.
Yes.
You already know.
Thank you so much. Everyone, please check out the book again. Gift it to anyone in your life who likes to laugh, who needs to be inspired this holiday season. It's a perfect
stocking stuffer.
Right. If you can purchase it from Cafe con Libros, do that too. Thank you again so much, Freedia. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Be blessed. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.